She takes piano lessons from the same lady I do.
Because she's on
She
short
said she
rest.
was gonna leave.
And I talked, just lived 2 doors down from me. It says, did you
So it gets parked in the garage.
can't appoint someone in your place unless you do? And supposedly she didn't. Oh, you
Is your daughter gonna be doing them?
That's it.
Oh my God.
Good to go. Yep.
There we go. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome. I'd like to call this meeting to order. If you will stand, the Vice Mayor will have our prayer and lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
Pray with me. Gracious God, we praise you and thank you for our city, our state, and our nation. We ask you to be with us and guide us in our discussion tonight. Bless our first responders and our military. We ask in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Jerry. All right. First item on our agenda is a special presentation. Do you want to introduce Jerry?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. I asked Dave, and Charity's actually going to do the presentation to preview our upcoming restaurant week. We have building on the successes of the past, but there are some new wrinkles, and one of which is under the plastic bag. And she's got some other exciting news to share.
Cool. Charity?
Yes,
Welcome.
sir. Let me see if I can get this up on the screen.
Take your time.
Go to slide. Oh, no, this is in show. Okay, I'm getting it slow but sure.
No, you're good. You got it. Okay.
And pull up the new one. And do I push this right button and go to the next one? Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I think we're good to go. Well, good evening,
Good evening,
Mayor,
Charity.
City Council, City Manager, City Leadership Team. Thank you so much for letting me come in and tell you a little bit, represent the Economic Development Office of Poquoson and our efforts to help small businesses during our Taste of Poquoson Restaurant Week. To support our restaurants, we've placed table tents and posters at all the restaurants, many retail establishments. They said if I push the button, it would move. Let's see.
You may have to try to crook your arm around the
Well, I could go to the next slide. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Click the enter button.
Click the arrow button. Just do the arrow down.
That one?
Yes, just do enter.
Ah, okay, thank you, I'm sorry. Technical glitches. Announcements are on the city website and social media platforms. The Daily Press said they will have an announcement on Wednesday, and I don't know if anyone's seen the new Peninsula Chronicle. It's a fairly new publication, but they have been very responsive to Poquoson. In fact, they've written up things about new businesses that have opened for us, and they already have it up, our new restaurant week on their publication. So they report on neighborhood news, local reporters. Anyway, I thought it was a good call out to them because they have been very supportive to us. So I suspect that many of you have visited restaurants during Restaurant Week, and you have some idea how it's usually done. But in Poquoson, we don't have the big chain restaurants or very large restaurants that serve a massive menu. So in Poquoson, I don't think it works as well. So the Economic Development Office chose to instead offer incentives. So every year we have incentives, and people can come to the restaurants, collect their 3 receipts, from at least 3 restaurants during Restaurant Week totaling at least $75, and they can come to our office and turn them in for an incentive. So that way, we're trying to incentivize people additionally to go out during Restaurant Week while they are usually offering different specials of their own to get the support for the restaurants in Poquoson. So this year, we have a variety of incentive gifts, and we're going to try a different way of doing it. So in case you were wondering, this is not Wheel of Fortune, and unfortunately, I'm not Vanna. However, here is our new promotional item to get people to come collect their receipts, bring them to our office, and they get to choice of which incentive prize that they can win. So you can see, I mean, it has the sound, the look, everything. So it should be a lot of fun. I think that people will enjoy doing that. It gives another spark to how things are running. So the Spin to Win promotion. So let me just state, even though it's up there, March 18th through the 26th, you go to at least 3 restaurants during these dates. You collect at least 3 receipts totaling $75 or more. You come to 830 Poquoson Avenue to the Economic Development and Parks and Rec office, turn them in, you get to spin the wheel, get your incentive. But the even better thing is that each person that comes there gets to put their name into the hat, and there'll be one grand prize winner of a 2023 Seafood Festival package, which will be priority parking, 2023 t-shirts, sweatshirts, these kinds of things. It'll be an amazing package. A lot of times it's like a VIP kind of thing, so not the everything, everyone doesn't normally get that. So that'll be a lot of fun. These are a list of many of our restaurants. Now, because the way we're doing it, all restaurants participate. So here's a list of some of our new restaurants and our existing restaurants, but everybody, and Poquoson really is a great place to eat. We have a lot of variety and really quality food in Poquoson. So all of these restaurants will be participating. Let's see. Also, I don't know if everyone is aware, I want to make sure that you're aware that last year we opened the Point Barbecue down at Messick Point. If you haven't been there, their food is amazing. And of course, there's always the Messick Point sunsets to enjoy. So it's a great place to go down. And they did close for the winter, but they have just reopened last week, along with our first new restaurant, 1631 Burgers, Bourbon, and Brew. It is so attractive in there, what they've done. Also, I don't know if people are aware of it or not, but they have it's like a Starbucks. It's a great selection of coffees and cold brew. They have all the nice machines, all the additions. It is great coffee from 6:30 to 11, then from 11 till 9, and on the weekends, 10 o'clock at night. And by the way, they are closed Tuesday and Wednesday. I want to mention that. But anyway, it is open now. So be sure and go by and check out our latest restaurant. In addition, Schooner's Grill will be opening, and I don't know if anyone's been to the Schooners over by Christopher Newport, but it's been open for quite a number of years. It's got a great reputation. They have live music, so we can experience something a little different in Poquoson with Schooners, and they should be open in April. They've had a few hurdles. They really wanted to be open before now, but they should be open in April. So exciting new food in Poquoson, in addition to our standards, which we all love. So, Poquoson is the place for great dining. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to try to answer.
That was really well done.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Before you go, does anybody have a question for Chair?
No, it was great. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's move into our audience for visitors. Anyone in the audience who would like to address council on any issue at this time? I was going to recognize you, Delegate Cordoza.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council. I just wanted to come by and let you guys know how session was and let you guys know that our upcoming budget session will be on April 12th, and so we will finish the budget. I will say that I expect our area is going to be well taken care of. that we won't expect many hurdles. Most of our area's budget items are in both the Senate and House budgets, so we won't expect a lot of contention. And I will tell you that we got a lot of technical fixes through this year, as the mayor will let you know. In an election year, it is very difficult to get anything that isn't very technical out through this year, but we were able to get a lot of fixes to code, some issues that were stopping progress, some red tape we cut. So we were able to get some things done, and I'll be happy to answer any questions about our experiences here.
Let me ask you one question. Is Langley or Hampton, through the General Assembly, still receiving money for Langley Air Force Base? And if they're not, can you find out why not?
I can look into that. That's a new thing. I haven't heard that, but I will look into
Okay.
that and find out.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that, because there was a lot of money going to Fentress and a lot of money going to Oceana. And several years ago, Hampton became part of that money flow, which is what purchased all of that land out there to keep Langley from leaving here. And I think since they've had that money, they've been able to buy a ton of property, and the encroachment kind of went away, so that we didn't lose what we have. And now that we have a new command coming, certainly hope we get some of those people down here. But if we're not getting money, or Hampton's not getting, they should be getting money.
Absolutely, and I will look into that. I know that the Langley and the Hampton police are working on something at Fort Monroe. They want to rent a long-term rent of a property in Fort Monroe for firing ranges. I will say that I don't expect them to leave anytime soon. Hopefully, they will be here for a long time. They're working on that deal, but I will look into that to see just to get any money that needs to come to the area.
Tell the chairman of appropriations, if they're not giving us any money, they need to. I'm sure he'll have an answer for you.
I'm very sure he will give me some kind of answer. But I will look into that.
All right, anything else?
No, sir.
All right, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for the job you're doing, we appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Okay, let's move on to approval of our minutes from our regular session, February 27th this year.
So move.
Okay? All right, motion made, second, that we adopt those minutes. Any concerns, comments, questions? If not, Ms. Kim?
Councilwoman Andrews? Aye. Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Councilwoman Fox? Aye. Mayor Hessel?
All right.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, thank you. Kim? Move on to new business. First item, resolution authorizing city manager enter into a contract with Pembroke Construction Company, Inc. Randy?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to call forward our Public Works Director, John Anderson, to
Okay.
summarize this and answer any questions that you
Okay.
may have.
Hey, John? You guys did a great job on those bleachers, by the way. But they do a great job everywhere.
I'm happy with it.
But they've really turned that place around. That field really looks nice. Excited when people, they're having their scrimmages now, and other cities and towns are coming in town. I think we've got a lot to show off, and we owe a lot to you and your department, so thank you.
Thank you, appreciate that. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of council. We're seeking approval of a 2-year contract with Pembroke Construction Company for concrete work with the city. The city solicited bids for concrete work, and 4 bid responses were received. Pembroke Construction Company was the lowest, most responsible bidder that meets the needs of the city. The period of this contract is for 2 years with the option for 3 one-year renewals. The concrete work in this bid includes curb and gutter replacement, sidewalk replacement, curb drop inlets, as well as other needed line items. And Pembroke Construction Company is a contractor the city has used for this type of work in the past with positive results. So as such, we're seeking approval of this contract.
Randy, you want to add anything?
Only just a reminder, when a contract, the aggregate amount of a contract exceeds $100,000 by a county's policy, it is required to come here, and even though it is a 2-year contract, in each of those 2 years, it's estimated to be below it, in aggregate, it's more. So that's why we're here today.
Okay. Any questions? If not, John, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we have a resolution before us.
Mr. Mayor, I propose a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Pembroke Construction Company, Inc.
Okay.
Second.
All right, motion made second, we adopt the resolution. Any concerns or comments regarding that resolution? If not, Ms. Kim?
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilwoman Andrews? Aye. Councilwoman Fox? Aye. Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, thanks, Kim. Second item under new business, a resolution making an appointment to the Colonial Community Criminal Justice Board. Randy, any comments about that?
No, sir.
Okay.
I can answer questions if there are any.
All right. Someone have a name?
Mr. Mayor, propose a resolution making an appointment to the Colonial Community Criminal Justice Board with the name Deborah Lott inserted, and the term expires 31 March 2024.
Okay. The second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded, we adopt the resolution with that name inserted. Any other concerns or comments? Ms. Kim, please?
Councilwoman Fox? Aye. Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilman Southall? Councilwoman Andrews? Aye. Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 3 is a resolution making an appointment to the Planning Commission. Does someone have a name or names?
Yes, I'd like to propose a resolution making an appointment to the Wetlands Board with the name of Karen Ackney inserted.
This is Planning Commission.
Planning Commission.
With Heather Schott inserted, I'm sorry.
A second.
I didn't hear the name. What was the name?
Heather Schott.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right, we have a motion made and seconded that we adopt the resolution with that name inserted. Any other questions, comments? If not, Ms. Kim?
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Andrews? Aye. Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Councilwoman Fox? Aye. Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, thanks, Kim. That's good. Under new business, item 4, resolution making an appointment to the Wetlands Board.
Mr. Mayor, I propose a resolution making an appointment to the Wetlands Board with the name Kira Ankeny, serving at large, and the term expires 28 February 2026.
Okay?
A second motion.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded to adopt the resolution with Mrs. Ankeny's name inserted. Any concerns or comments? If not, Ms. Kim?
Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Fox? Aye. Councilwoman Andrews? Aye. Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, thanks, Kim. Item 5, under new business, resolution making appointments to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board.
Mr. Mayor, I move the council adopt a resolution making appointments to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board with the names Gene Hubbard from the Western Precinct and Sarah Watkins for the Eastern Precinct.
Second.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded. We adopt the resolution with those two names inserted. Any other questions, comments, concerns regarding that? If not,
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Councilwoman Fox? Aye. Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilwoman Andrews? Aye. Mayor Hessel?
aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, thanks, Kim. And the last item is the resolution making an appointment to the Workforce Development Consortium.
Mr. Mayor, I make a resolution making appointments to the Workforce Development Consortium with the name Carrie L. Freeman inserted. Term expires June 30th, 2023.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion made second that we adopt that resolution with that name inserted. Any concerns, comments regarding the resolution? If not, Ms. Kim?
Councilwoman Fox? Aye. Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilman Southall? Aye. Councilwoman Andrews? Aye. Vice Mayor Freeman?
Abstain.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6 with 1 abstention.
Okay, thank you, Kim. Comments, City Manager, Randy?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just two things. I want to thank all the staff members that are here this evening in support of this meeting. And also just wanted to publicly commend all the folks that worked together on the replacement of the outfield fence at the high school baseball field. It looks fantastic, Dave. I did get out. Dave kept calling me saying, "Did you get out there today?" I didn't. I did on Friday. It looks fantastic. Thank you.
Let me add my thanks, Dave. That actually what I was going to ask is somebody would look into, now that the fence is moved, to maybe a set of bleachers or couple sets of the small bleachers. Folks to sit in.
In the outfield?
Yeah. I mean, you may not want to do that, but I'm just throwing that out.
Look at it. I'd be glad to.
Okay. All right. Anything else, pal?
No, sir.
All right. Council directors, Mr. Hawes.
Thank you, Mayor Hill, so I have no comment tonight.
Okay. Allison?
Thank you, sir. I have no comments
Okay.
tonight.
Keith?
I have two. One is a kudos to the high school's Giving Garden recognition that was in several local papers. I happened across it. We don't seem to get as much press from the daily press as we used to, so it was nice to see a positive spin on that from them. And it was also in, I think, the Virginia Gazette. They saw that on the school's website. So again, kudos to that. And I know it was a Boy Scout Eagle project from a young man, which is from the city, and that's also a good thing. Also, I'd asked the city manager to look into finding a good time for possibly a council tour of city facilities. I mentioned that to you last fall. And of course, now with the time zone appropriate that there's actually light at night, we'll maybe be able to schedule a meeting night that if we don't have much going on, maybe we can go out there and do it. And I asked the city manager to come up with a list of items that we would be able to see. And of course, it's not something we're going to have next week, maybe even next month, but as the summer goes on, we can find a time that we can go out and see some of the great facilities we have here, and also the ones that may need some help.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Bud?
Yes, I'd just like to thank the people who came here to the council meeting tonight and the people watching at home for their participation in city government. I continue to encourage you to apply for the various boards and commissions. We always have a problem filling those. We do have some excellent candidates that we installed tonight, but we're always in need. So please pay attention to your government and please be willing to participate. Thank you.
Hey, Jana?
Nothing additional, other than I'm really sad that I'm going to be visiting my daughter all next week and won't be able to do restaurant week and spend the week.
Cool. Carrie?
Nothing further, sir.
Okay. Any other comments? Any questions from anybody? Okay. Have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
All right.
Second.
Motion made, second, we adjourn. Ms. Kim?
Councilwoman Andrews,
Aye.
Councilman Fye,
Aye.
Councilman Southall,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman,
Aye.
Councilman Hucks,
Aye.
Councilwoman Fox, Mayor Hessel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, we are adjourned.
Awesome.